Hello, everybody. This is James Benner with Amputee Adventures and a update on Buerger's disease. I looked, had a lot of things go on. Last time I recorded was August of last year. Uh, Today is January 30th of 2025, and we've had some issues happen. Um, I started wearing the stretcher sock, and that ulcer had formed, and it got to the point where I went and for another MRI. Actually, it was a bone scan that we did, and found that there was a bone infection. And Bronson doctors told me that they would go in and do a debriding of the wound and clean up the bone infection. And if that didn't do the trick, they would want to amputate the right leg all the way up to the groin. And I said, let's see how this surgery goes first. We'll talk about that later. So they did the surgery on September 18th and woke up from the surgery after the anesthesia. And pretty much all they did was debride the wound. Um, went Finally got reapproved to see my doctor, Dr. Thakur, out of Marshall, and he was the one that did my amputation on the left leg the first time, and I trust him. He knows what my history is. Um, and he asked me when I finally got to see him. He asked me, "So why haven't I seen you in a while?" And so, well, that's the VA's problem. They have me on hold. So now I'm here to see you about my ingrown toenail, but I've had some emergency surgeries in between. So say la vie. Anyways, saw Dr. Zakur, and he had some other suggestions. They did a culture on the area. Um, the wound was about 8 centimeters by 8 centimeters. Yeah, 7.5, 8. So about a little bit over 3 inches by 3 inches in a circular area on the bottom or on the bottom side of my stump on the right leg. Well, they my doctor put me on some heavy duty antibiotics for 7 days. And we did those, and we were doing wound cleaning each day at the VA. They put this a cream on there. It's like a zinc and other antibiotic natural products, and covered that with a sponge and some Meglazorb AG, the silver. So we started doing that and did the 7 days of antibiotics. Doctor said after 7 days, he wanted to put me on another 7 days, see how it went. I had no adverse effects to it. That was one thing he was concerned. Although I'm not allergic to antibiotics, this was a heavy duty antibiotic. So, anyways, that went fine, and I took another 7 days, and the wound care nurse measured it, and it seemed to be shrinking. So he said my doctor said one thing we could think of was skin grafts, uh, like removing skin from my back and putting it over the wound if it didn't heal. But it is healing. Um, that was, September 18th when I had the surgery done. That was 8 by 8 centimeters, and now is January, end of January, so it was October, November, December. January, 4.5 months, and it has shrank down to about 3 centimeters by 3. So about a 1 inch by 1 inch, a little bit over an inch. But the other issue is there's been a lot of drainage. Thankfully, it has not been infectious drainage, but clear drainage. Um, it's just saying it's flowing. There's the white blood cells that help the wound. So, but there was a considerable amount, and it is still that way. And so, what that has done, the way the bandage is all around my whole bottom of the stump and up the side, it collects at the bottom. Uh, and what that does is has made an ulcer, another soreness at the bottom of my stump. Now that grew from a tiny little quarter-inch divot to where it is now about the same size as the wound on my side of my leg. Luckily, it's just it's irritated skin. So the priority is to make sure the wound on the side is cleaned up and healed to where we can deal with the wound on the bottom. So, and it's I'm not complaining. I'm just saying what the situation is. But my fingers, my right thumb, where they did the amputation, is not doing too well. It is still trying to heal, but it seems a little bit infected. I can feel it. The middle finger on my left hand. Uh, well, let me back up. Remember my pinky on my right hand. It had the bone sticking out. It sealed around it. When I was in the hospital, I was trying to pull up my shorts with my right hand, and it snagged on the shorts, my bone, and it turned a quarter-inch 45 degrees sideways. And I called the nurse and said, "Hey, nurse, come here and look at my finger. What do we do?" And she kind of gasped and said, let me go get the doctor. Hold on 1 second." So she went away, and it didn't hurt. There was no bleeding, no discharge whatsoever. It was just turned 45-degree angle. So I kind of stuck it in my mouth and grabbed a hold of it and pulled it out. Uh, it relieved pressure, so what little pain there was at that time was immediately alleviated, and it left uh, a gully into my pinky, a recessed skin about maybe an eighth of an inch, and it is now got dead skin cells, and it's a scab. So it is healing, like my middle finger on my right hand. Now, my middle finger on my left hand, it has got the bone exposed. I'd say 3/4 of the way, 7/8 of the way exposed, and it is angry and infected. So I do debriding each morning. Uh, I run it under warm tap water uh, for about 5 or 10 minutes. My finger, and then I use an antibacterial soap. Uh, lather that up, get it all into that area, and rinse it off. And then I pat it dry, and then I soak it in hydrogen peroxide. Uh, I do that, until the bubbles are pretty much gone. Pull it out and blow dry it dry, and then apply iodine onto it. If it is infected at all, to where I can see the infection. I did use the mupirocin staph antibiotic ointment on it, and it kills all the infection, but it kills everything. So I try to use that sparingly, but it is healing. The only problem is when it heals, it shrinks right in the bone and it hurts. So uh, the bottom pad of the finger uh, is dead skin. So it's just I remember doing the right middle finger 6, 7 years ago. So I know the pain that it's going through, but I know that my amputations are a hell of a lot better than the doctors. So yeah, that is what's been going on with me. Um, I am cold. It is been snowing here in Michigan, so therefore I can't really get out much. The only thing I do is go to my wound care appointment 3 times a week, which is right next door to the VA. So it is not really lonely because I have some a core group of friends here. The only problem is three of them, 3/4 of them, are leaving. They want to move back to Texas. So we'll see what goes happen. Anyways, so yeah, it is. I've been able to watch my programs on the computer here. I love that show Landman and the newest one, The Pit. But in the wintertime here in Michigan, you can't do much. And the bus service in Battle Creek for the reduced revenues has uh, reduced their bus service down to Monday through Friday from like 6:30 in the morning till 1:30 in the afternoon, and that's it. So where I'm at here in outskirts by the VA, I either have to catch a bus at 7:30 in the morning to get to the transfer station, to get to the Walmart shopping center area to do shopping by 10. And I have an hour to do shopping. That'll put me at the transfer station 12:30. But everybody, all the bus drivers take their lunch at the same time. So there's no buses at that time. So I wait an hour and gets the 1:30 bus back to here at 2:30, which is the last bus coming. So yeah, this is not a very uh, handicap friendly area state. Um, it is rather isolating, but I'm here in a permanent place getting medical services right next door. So there is that. I would like to heal completely. And that's what, I say it every day. I've prayed to God to heal me. So now I don't pray for him to heal me anymore. I say thank you for God for the healing that's coming. So my goal is to heal so I can possibly go to Mexico again. It's warmer. This cold here is just so painful on my hands. Uh, I am seeing a chiropractor, which is helping me with my hip because I'm sitting in this damn wheelchair all the time. And I see an acupuncturist next week to see if they can alleviate any pain with that. And that is sanctioned by the VA. They have their own acupuncturist. So I go and see them next week. So we shall see. I never tried acupuncture. I wanted to when I was in San Francisco, but didn't have the chance. So we'll see. For good things. People have said that it's helped them, so I'm open to anything. I know the opioids do not help me with my pain. Uh, when I was in the hospital, they gave me an Oxycontin, and it made me feel loopy. Let me tell you, but the pain was still there. It was, it was uh, real out of it, but I was still conscious of the pain. So I'm going to try the acupuncture, see if that will help, because I'd rather do that than, um, well, I'm not taking anything for pain except weed. That seems to be the only thing that kind of helps it enough to where I can keep my mind off the pain so I can rest, so I can heal. Um, I'm not having a full sleep cycle. I can't remember the last time I slept in a bed. Um, right now, I have the bed I use that for my exercising. I roll out of the chair onto the bed and do that. But swimming exercises, bicycle, what have you. But I can't stay in the same position in the bed for more than 5 minutes. So I'm constantly rolling from my back, doing those exercises, to my stomach and doing those exercises. But I cannot sleep in a bed. So I have this new chair that has automatic reclining capabilities and tilting to where I can get comfortable, at least remove some of the pressure off of my butt and put it towards the back. So it helps with the that pain. So that is my situation. I'm glad to be alive. I know I am here for a reason. You wouldn't God wouldn't have brought me this far for to leave me. So I know there's something else in front of me. So that is what's been going on. Um, I hope this year, 2025 will bring some good news my way and traveling plans in my future. So that is it for Buerger's disease. Um, hopefully, I'll have some progress and better updates to give you in February. So everybody have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you soon. Adios.